Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video we are taking a quick field trip out to Luckett's, Virginia to my favorite antique store. I have a quick RAE DUNN hack for you. I'm sharing how I set up my 2020 planner, and I have a really fun recipe. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. Today is Saturday, January 11th, and I am heading out to Luckett's for a bit this morning, and then I'm spending the rest of the day at home working on my to-do list. So today I am just wearing a camo pullover that I got from QVC, a plaid scarf from Ann Taylor, my favorite Target jeans, and Franco Sarto booties. I have nothing that I am really shopping for today. I think I just wanted to take a little time to ease into the weekend, and to me the best way to do that is to wander around an antique store. I'm still looking for something different to hang in my living room above my check chair, so I am hoping that I find some inspiration here today. I always try to convince my husband that we need to do a wall in the basement, like the wall in the back stairs of the beekeeper's cottage. I think that it is beautiful and it would be perfect in our home, but I have yet to sway him over to my side. But you know, it never hurts to keep on trying. So I am heading back home to get started on my Saturday, and I have a really easy RAE DUNN hack to share with you. Most people who collect RAE DUNN have pieces that they are just naturally attracted to. For me, my favorite RAE DUNN pieces have the black long letters, whether they are on canisters, plates, or birdhouses, anything else that I can collect. While I was out shopping, I came across this Kisses canister, which I was really excited to find because already at home I had the Hugs canister and the XOXO canister. Since I really like everything to match, I wanted to color my red letters black so that everything went together. I know that so many people collect the red letters, so they're probably going to cry to see me do this, but for my home, I do like everything to match, and it just makes it easier for me to use these pieces throughout the year and that they coordinate better with everything else that I have throughout my home. So this should be a pretty easy process because the canister is glazed and the letters are matte. All I need to do really is to paint over each of the red letters, wipe off the excess paint, and they should all be black. So what I'm going to be using today is just the Apple Barrel black paint you can find on Amazon, any craft store, and a small paintbrush to get really into all the different crevices of the letters. So once you get the majority of the paint wiped off, just take a Q-tip, spray it with a little Windex or some type of other cleaner, and just touch up in between all of the letters, getting all the little bits of paint off where it's not supposed to be, and then let it dry. I really think it looks great. I was so worried about doing it. I thought I was going to make a mess of it, but I think that it looks great, especially looks great next to its partner Hugs. I would not put this in the dishwasher by any means, so I don't know if this would be such a great idea for mugs that you use every day, but for these kind of display pieces, I think this is a great idea. So I had asked you guys in one of my previous videos if you had wanted some planner content, and so many of you came back and said yes, absolutely. So what I want to do every month is just give you a little peek into what's going on in my planner, and I can show you some of the things that I am tracking and how it is working for me. So since it is the beginning of the year, I thought it was a great time to show you guys how I have set up my planner for 2020. So the planner that I've chosen to use again this year is the Erin Condren Neutral Horizontal Layout Life Planner. Now, I have used a lot of different planners over the years, and I always seem to come back to Erin Condren. I really like the horizontal layout of her weekly spreads because I think that it gives me enough room to write out my thoughts and all my plans for the week. You know, she has several different types of planners available, and I will leave links to all the things that I am mentioning in this video down below so that you can take a look at them for yourself. Before I sit down to a planning session every month, I like to write out a list of all the different things that I want to, track for that month, or the things that are important for that month. So that would be any anniversaries, birthdays, big family events, those kinds of things. I always have a home project that I'm working on. And since this is the beginning of the year, I have also included on my list those things I want to start tracking, for the year. I'm getting back to reading, so I want to track all the books that I read. There's some health things that I want to keep track of. Also, there's going to be, cleaning schedules and meal planning and all the things that I do for YouTube. Within your planner, there's always a bunch of different spaces that you can use to track those things that are important to you. And in my planner, the first thing that I start to fill out for the year is this year at a glance section. I like to use this to track my kids' different schedules, whether they're at school, family vacation, spring break, the times when the semesters begin and end, and I always create a key so that I know at a glance what these different colors mean. The markers that I really like to use for these pages and throughout my planner are these zebra mild liner markers. You can find them on Amazon or at Target, and these are my favorite because they have such soft colors, they don't bleed through your pages, and you have one side of your marker has a fine tip and the other side is a chisel tip. And you will find all kinds of different ways to use these throughout your planner, and they just really do help you keep track of events and kids and all those little things that go along with them. So the next two pages in my planner I think are meant to be used as goal setting pages, but you can use them for just about anything. So since there are 12 boxes, I have mine separated into the 12 months of the year, and to do that I use these really pretty watercolor stickers created by Danielle. I found her on Etsy, and I will also put a link to her on down below. But I have these all separated in the months, and I use these to track statistics for my YouTube channel, Instagram, my blog, and those different kinds of things. I like having one spot within my planner to keep statistics like this because then you can really see the differences every month. And you can use these for things like weight loss or savings plan or, forming a budget for yourself. So this is a really useful section to utilize within your daily planner. On the next page, I have my cleaning chart. Now this is just a list that I had put together a couple years ago. And I just print it off and I laminate it and I coil it here in my planner. These are the 10 things that I do every day to help keep my house running smoothly. And then on this side is my weekly deep cleaning list of all the different rooms in my house that I choose one room a week, and that's the room that I concentrate on. So that when I am scheduling my time during that week, I know that I can add a few extra chores to my list of things that I want to complete in that room. The next chart is one that I'm really excited about. These are going to be the spots where I'm going to be writing in the books that I read in 2020. I have always been a really avid reader, and the last few years that has slowed down considerably, and I'm determined to get back to books this year. So I created this little chart on PicMonkey that I just have taped here into my planner, and whenever I finish a book I'm going to write in the title. There are 12 slots lot. So I want to at least read one book a month, and I'm hoping for more. So this is one that I'm really excited about using this year. And then we just get right into our different months. This is the month of January. This is those new dashboard pages that Erin Condren had put in front of the month, every month in her life planner. I haven't used these before, but I think I am going to use these strictly to plan and keep track of my YouTube videos. I'm really going to try, I don't know if I can make this promise, but I'm really going to try to start uploading more than just one video a week, and I thought this would be a good section to do all that planning in. I usually have two planners that I work off of, one for, you know, personal things that go on, and one for YouTube. So I'm going to try to join them both together, and I think I'm going to use these two pages to do that. So I will let you know as the months go on how that is working out. And next is just the monthly layout. Now this is where I really like to use stickers, or in the next few pages. My favorite sticker shop by far is Sweet Kawaii Designs. I love Tasia's stickers so much because she has such a great sense of humor. They're just adorable, and I love the colors that she uses, and they are all repositionable, which for me is awesome because I change my mind so often. I love to just be able to peel up a sticker and move it somewhere else. I also use stickers in my planning because I lay out my calendar different than the way that Erin Condren does in her planners. I like to start my weeks on Monday. So I like to use the little date cover so that I can adjust my calendar accordingly, because I very much work from a Monday through Sunday week with the weekends off and together on this side. It just works better for my brain, and it just helps me lay out my weeks for school and for, you know, just everything. So I like to use little date covers to help me switch up my calendar. So lastly, I'll show you the layout for this upcoming week. It is January 13th through the 19th. I have it all set up and ready to go. And this, like I said earlier, this is the horizontal layout. I just find that I have way more space to write. I write a lot in my planners, and this just gives me more space to put out my thoughts. And I always attach one of these little white index cards. This is my to-do list, because oftentimes I just make one big to-do list, and then I try to check off the things as I go throughout the week without really planning, you know, day by day what I'm going to do. And you can see with Sweet Kawaii Designs how cute their stickers are, and they're just, you know, they're just sweet and happy, and that's what I'm going for every week of the year. I just want something to make me smile, and these really do the trick. Now, over on this section here is where I do my weekly tracking of things. I have my medication, which I really don't take medication. I take different supplements. You know, I take a calcium and vitamin D because I have deficiencies in those things. So I like to keep track of this, so I do it every day. I like to keep track of my skincare routine, make sure that I'm doing what I need to do in the morning and at night. And then here I always mark in bed and make sure that I make my bed every day. And then here I keep track of my water intake, making sure that I get what I need every day. And then I'm going to start keeping track of my weight every week, just because, you know, as we get older, it tends to fluctuate more than we want it to. So that's my setup for the week of January 13th, and that is the way that I have set up my my planner for the coming year. I hope this helped you. I hope I didn't lose too many of you who may not be into planning, but I really think that it's important to see the different tools people use to help them stay organized in their weeks, and planning is one of the ways that I absolutely stay organized, and I really don't know what I would do without it. So just check out the description box down below, and I will put links to all the different stickers and planners and everything that I've mentioned here today, so you can, you know, take a look at it for yourself and see if it's something that you'd be interested in. Okay, so I have the best recipe to share with you guys today. This is by no means the healthiest recipe I have ever shared with you, but if you have little people in your house who can be picky about what they eat, this is a good one to try. This is Dorito chicken casserole. So what you will need for this recipe is about 3 cups of cooked shredded chicken. So I'm going to have to get this into the oven in just a minute. Some garlic powder, a can of cream of chicken soup, a little can of corn, salt and pepper, a small bunch of green spring onions, a container of whipped chive Philadelphia cream cheese, and of course the crowning glory is Doritos. I am going to put the details to this recipe, of course, in the information section down below. But first off, I'm just going to get this chicken in the oven. I'm just going to season it with a little bit of the salt and pepper and garlic powder and Mrs. Dash and a few other things, and get that cooked up so I can shred it and put together this casserole. In this bowl, I have mixed together the cream of chicken soup and the chive cream cheese. I have about half of the green onions diced up and put in there. To that, I'm going to add our shredded chicken, the can of corn, and about 2 cups of Mexican cheese. And then I'm going to mix this all up together and put it in our casserole dish. So once everything is all mixed together, you're going to just put it in a prepared 9x13 pan. Spread it out evenly in your pan. Add about 2 cups to 3 cups of crushed Doritos on top. There you go, I think that looks pretty good. You're gonna add about another cup of cheese. I have just some Velveeta cheddar here. Just sprinkle a little bit on top. It's a pretty orange color for your dining pleasure. And then you're going to add the remainder of your chopped green onion. You're going to bake it in an oven for about 25 minutes at 400. So this is what Dorito chicken looks like when it is all done. I like to serve it with a little brown rice and a bunch of mixed vegetables. It's really a great recipe to have in your arsenal, especially if you have a bunch of kids to feed. So thank you so much for watching today. The details to this recipe and links to some of the products that I mentioned can be found in the description box down below. I'd love for you to leave me a comment and let me know if you have any requests for upcoming videos. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, and I will see you again soon. Bye!